Alright y'all, another leg workout here, starting out with leg extensions. I do this to warm up my knees, and it's just a place that I like to start with on leg day. This is a quad movement, of course, but again warms up the knee joints for any kind of squats or leg presses coming up. I always start out light because I need to get my mind into the muscle, especially with legs. You don't want to go into anything heavy with cold muscles or a cold mind. And what I mean by that is just your mind hasn't gotten into the muscle and hasn't fired. I mean, it's hard to explain, but you want to feel the pump in your legs. You want to feel each rep stretching the muscles, and you really do that with your mind. And you see my hands are guiding that connection by just feeling the muscle and repping it out. If you're an experienced lifter or even a beginner, you'll know what I'm talking about here. Just to get that good feeling, that's what working out's all about. It's like a blissful feeling once you start feeling the muscle stretch and contract and the blood pumps in the muscle. So guys, it's a great one to start with. Okay, then we went over to this. It's a machine leg press, and it's a good one. It's kind of at a different angle, and letting it bring back. This one, I didn't come all the way back, kind of doing like a half rep to really, we're still warming up, but to really just target quads, because I found that doing half reps, not coming all the way down, is really targeting quads and not bringing hamstrings or glutes into the picture, because I need to get more quad growth compared to legs or quads compared to hams and glutes. So I've been focusing on quads more. And again, with anything, just try to focus on your areas that you need work. After that, we went over to leg press, and this was after a couple warm-up sets, of course. Again, focusing on the quads here, you're going to see that I'm doing a half rep, not coming all the way down, and I have a lower foot placement on the pad. And again, to target quads on a leg press, you can take your butt off the seat and really just use the backrest while holding onto the side bars. When you're higher on the backrest and your butt is off the seat, that's going to give you that angle to hit quads when you're combining that with a half rep. So we're going for quads here, because if I was sitting lower on the pad with my feet higher, if I was sitting with my butt on the seat and my feet higher, that's going to bring hamstrings in. That's going to bring glutes in. But with a lower foot placement and without sitting on the seat, it's going to hit quads all day. Leg press, I like to do, high rep at 15, 20, because it's a sled and it's just for busting it out. That's what it's for. Alright, quads were a little warm and toasted here, so I went over to hamstrings. This is a standing leg curl machine. I love this one. It gives a great angle. Try to keep your chest up when you're on this machine. Let it bring you all the way down. Squeeze it up. I like to warm up with a 10 on each side, and then I'll put another 10, and then I'll do a 25 on each side. About 12 to 15 reps. Hamstring, it's not the biggest muscle group, so you don't need too much weight, but you can do high rep to rep it out and get that leanness. Some people hold fat in the back of their legs a lot. I don't really, but if you're doing high rep, it's going to help with adding that definition, of course. Hamstrings are an important muscle group for legs, guys. Remember that. Alright, and today I opted for a Smith machine squat. The way I did it was also targeting hamstrings and glutes. I kind of stuck my butt out a little bit and kept my back straight, though. I didn't round anything out. And it looks like I'm not going very far down, but when I was in the rep, I thought I was going down really low, and the truth is that's probably all I needed to go on this one, because it was more for power and repping it out, and I was feeling it in every part of my leg here. and it is a controlled movement using the Smith machine, which I recommend for safety. And the Smith machine helps with, I would say, symmetry and growth on both sides of the legs, because it just keeps everything in place. And we went to this special little hack squat leg press thing, and a lot of Gold's gyms have these. I think I've only seen them at Gold's gyms, but this does target quads very well. And on here, I wanted to just rep out, and I really was wanting to feel it. Load it up a little bit with like 3 plates there, and rep it out. Trying to keep everything stable though. Keep the knees in, don't let them flare out to prevent injury. Just rep it out, and that exertion is gonna just help with growth and testosterone and everything. Even for you ladies, just, you know, get that aggression in your workouts, and you'll thank me later, because it's gonna make for a better workout, more calories burned, etc. Alright, kind of wanted to stretch everything out here. This one is great. You'll see me come into the picture here doing some straight leg deadlifts with the dumbbells using straps. Kind of let it bring you down and just stretch that hamstring out with a slight knee bend. It is called straight leg, but of course you can't have totally straight legs in anything for safety purposes. Let it stretch you out. I'm doing 50-pound dumbbells there. I went up after this. You can go heavy. Just protect your lower back. And I think I got into this girl's way. I'm sorry about that, but you know, had to get it in. 10 to 15 reps. This actually got really hard, because after, you know, doing so many things before this, that stretching of the muscle, just, you feel it, especially on this one. Alright, moving on, working on glutes here. And guys, don't be afraid to work glutes. I mean, it's part of your legs. It's going to add to everything and the whole overall look of your lower body, so it's very important. I always do glutes, and this is a great glute kickback machine. Actually, I've never used this one before, but it's great because it's all controlled, and you load it up with as much weight as you want. Most Gold's gyms have these, I believe. And with this one, you want to keep your knees a little closer to your body to get a straight kickback. Don't flare out, and just control the negative on the way down to keep your form, and do about 12 to 15 reps. I was toasted at this point, so I really felt this one. And you can do this with a rope on the cables. There's other glute machines out there. Just something to target, you know, the rear. Will give an overall better look to your legs. Alright, wanted to do a little more glutes here. This is a great glute way, doing the sumo deadlift with your hands in between your legs. With a wide stance, you just squeeze it up using the Smith machine. You can do this free weight or Smith machine, but I wanted to just squeeze at the top. Squeeze the glutes together at the top, and you know, it'll give you that range of motion you're looking for. And a lot of people they can't squeeze their glutes. They don't have that mind muscle connection. This will help with that, and once you have that mind muscle connection, you're able to use your glutes in other lifts like squats and leg press. You're gonna have a more powerful foundation. And guys, on a lot of these deadlifts, you want to wear a belt. I wasn't wearing a belt here, but if you have a belt, go ahead and put it on and stuff like this to protect that lower back. And if I don't have a belt in hand, I will just go with lower weight. That's why I only have one plate on here, because you don't want to injure yourself, y'all. It's not worth it. And it looks like we're finishing off here with calves, and I do like to finish my workouts with calves. This is a great machine, seated calf raises, and y'all just One thing is start out, warm up with lightweight, but once you get the range of motion down and once your calves are warm, load up the seated calf raise with a couple plates, because from what I found, that is where I got my calf growth from. Just kind of the overtraining, the over exerting of the calves will get it that look you're going for. So remember, guys, to get your protein and carbs post-workout for muscle growth, you can find those on the link below. Find your supplements, go buy them, and get those gains, y'all. I'll see you next time.